Stacey Rattner, Leaping Librarian, and my fabulous co-host is the amazing author, Steve Sheinkin.
Hello.
And today we are so excited to have the amazing Nick Stone with us. And basically, you know how it goes. We have one fabulous author, one super fan, and one book, and then we see who knows the book better. Steve is going to introduce Kieran.
Yeah, I'm happy to do this. This is Kieran, a sixth grader from Alabama, fan of coding and graphic design. Do you think you'll be like a video game maker, programmer at some point?
I really want to be.
Well, if you wanted to make some cool graphics for the show, we could use it, you know?
I love it.
But all right, we're going to jump right into some questions, and I'll ask one to Kieran and then one to Nick, and then Stacey will do the same. You guys feel ready?
No.
Okay, good. All right, and by the way, Nick, we're all saying GMA. Is that correct? Okay, good.
Perfectly correct.
This story, if you don't know, you should. It's a wonderful book, and it's a grandmother and a grandson on a road trip. So that's all you need to know going in. And Kieran, this first question is about them. Scoob and Gma set out on their trip from Georgia. What is the next state that they cross into?
Alabama.
Yeah. I wrote that before I knew you were from Alabama. Very good.
I love it.
All right, Nick, we're going to continue the geography. After leaving Alabama, Scoob and Gma traveled through 3 other U.S. states. What are they?
Mississippi, Louisiana, and Texas.
Got it.
All right, you guys are on a roll. Kieran, what is Scoob's real name?
William.
Ooh, awesome. And Nick, Scoob got in trouble in school for 2 things. What are they?
Okay, hold on. The first thing, he got into a fight defending a friend, and then he got involved in this sort of cheating scandal, even though he didn't actually cheat. Fun fact here, that is based on a true story. So William Lamar is actually one of my cousins, but Scoob's story about the cheating is something I heard from a friend. Her son got in trouble literally for the same thing. Like, he had figured out how to go in and change test scores and taught some classmates, and he got in trouble. And I totally stole the whole thing from real life. Not even ashamed of it.
And now we have a coder like Kieran. Don't
Yeah, don't do that. Although you probably should get extra credit if you figure out how to do that.
Right. Thank you.
All right.
All right. You
I'm
guys
going to continue the questions for Kieran. This book does a great job of working in not just the geography, but history as well as the story. So a history question. What information, Kieran, did the Traveler's Green Book contain?
I think it contained all the states and the history behind the states.
Yeah, but it had specific information for travelers. Do you remember that detail?
Oh, I don't remember.
phone a friend?
Yeah, phone Nick. She's right across from you.
So it has something to do with safety. It showed a certain demographic of people where it was safe to do certain things while they were traveling.
Black traveling safety?
Yeah.
Really?
So it gave details about hotels Black people could stay at, the gas stations they could stop at, the places that they could eat, and all of these things kind of safely, because at that point in history, it wasn't really safe for Black people to travel.
Yeah, that's an important part of the story. And on their journeys, Gma's plan is to make it to this destination.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I love this part. This scene is probably one of my favorites. Kieran, in Texas, Scoob and Gma spend what Scoob calls the best day ever at this attraction.
Six Flags.
Hey.
Yeah. Are you a roller coaster fan? do want to say, Nick, just while Kieran's librarian actually reached out to me and said, is there any way you can get Nick Stone? Because I have a fan of hers. So this is amazing that you were able to be here with us. So Nick, Scoop thinks often about his best friend at home. What is her name?
Her name is Shanice. And another fun fact, she's getting her own book. Her book comes out in August of 2021, and I am super excited about it. It's a Sandlot retelling because she's a softball player. So it's the Sandlot retelling about a softball team of little Black girls, and I'm so excited.
That's awesome. I'm so excited. I love companion novels where they take like one little character out and where you do that. Oh, that's awesome.
Cool.
I am ready to read that.
Yeah.
It's fun. I'm working on the edits right now.
All right, Kieran. When they're in Louisiana, G-Ma tells Scoob about Ruby Bridges. Do you remember what she is famous for?
I think she was the first Black person to...
It's right on the tip of your tongue. I can see it. Where are you right now?
My library.
In what building?
School.
Okay.
School.
Yeah, to integrate a white school in the South. That's right.
And she actually has a new book. Like Ruby Bridges has a new book out.
She is so amazing. Like, I want to meet her so bad.
Just email her and say you want to be her friend.
I tried that with Dr. Mae Jemison too, and she hasn't responded. I was like, Dr. Jemison, can we be friends? I want to write a middle grade novel about you. And she's not responded. But it's okay. I'm going to find her.
Maybe we could pull our strings or.
Yeah. All right, Nick. When G-Ma plays Texas Holdem, what does it mean when she whistles?
Ooh. I think it's one of her tells. I think it means she has a really good hand.
Kieran,
No?
do you have a different theory?
Nope.
It doesn't even happen in the book, but it's just referred to, which is why it's the last question. It's really hard.
Okay,
But
let me
it
think.
doesn't mean she has a good hand. That's a good clue.
Does it mean that she's about to win? I genuinely can't even remember.
Neither can I.
It means she's bluffing.
Oh, yep, you're right. It does.
Who remembers bluffing in the games?
That's what it means.
I'm going to ask. I wrote down one other question. So let's ask this. This is another tiny detail. See if anyone remembers this. What is Scoob's favorite fruit?
I do know this because it's mine. Kieran, think about where he's from.
Peaches?
Yeah. Georgia peaches. Yeah.
Georgia peaches.
And Karen, did you have any questions for Nick while you have
Oh yeah.
the author right in front of you?
What gave you the idea to write Clean Getaway?
Oh, this is a fun story. So I saw a tweet on Twitter. Now, let me preface this by saying I really hate Twitter. Like, I don't like how Twitter functions. People can be so mean and nasty on there. But I happened to be on there one day because I checked Twitter because a lot of teachers will tweet things at me. And I saw this tweet about an 86-year-old woman who had been arrested here in Atlanta for trying to steal jewelry from a department store. And I was like, she's my grandmother's age. And I'm like, whose grandma is out here trying to steal jewelry? Like, what is happening? Like, I didn't even know they could arrest people that old, right? So I start doing some research and I learn about this woman. Her name is Doris Payne. And it turns out she has been stealing jewelry since she was in her 20s across the world. She's like this world-renowned jewel thief. And there's actually, there's a book she released in like a memoir. I think it's a memoir that was released in probably 2018 or 2019. And it's all about her life as this jewel thief. And originally I was going to write it as a grandmother-granddaughter pair. The granddaughter was in high school and they were going to go on like jewelry heists together. But something about that just didn't sit right. So I thought a little bit more about it. And one day I looked at my kids, and my husband is biracial. So his mother is Russian and his father's Nigerian, which means that his parents were interracially married in like the late 60s and early 70s. And it was something that clicked, like something about that clicked. So I decided to make this a story where I was able to weave in some history and also like kind of use the whole jewel thief angle. Kieran, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day at school.
You too. At home.